Let's make another randomly generated piece of jewelry.
Today's numbers are drawer 3, impression die 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Here is the impression die we've chosen, and it is this grouchy kitty. I love it. Let's see what we come up with. One question I'm often asked is, what do I do with all of my scrap? Especially with the price of silver these days, I wanted to show you how I reuse some of it. These are pieces from previous projects, and I fold them up into tight little bundles in preparation for the next step. Then I spread them over my charcoal block. I use my torch to heat the little bundles until they become molten. When silver or any other metal melts, it wants to form into a ball. So I have carved depressions in each of these charcoal blocks so that when the metal melts, it doesn't roll off the block. I heat all of the little bundles of silver until they all melt into little silver blobs that I'll later use to press into the impression dies. And once they've lost their red glow, I quench them in water. When I do this, I like to do a whole bunch at a time so that I have a variety of different sizes to choose from. And back to making the piece of jewelry, I take one of those silver blobs that I've melted, place it in the impression die, and then use my 20-ton hydraulic press to form that silver blob into the shape of a grouchy cat. It looks like we got all of the details, so I'm going to use my jeweler's saw to saw around the outside edge and then use different sanding discs, smoothing discs to get rid of those saw marks. The goal here is to make every surface nice and smooth and comfortable to wear. The design of the piece is pretty simple, so I wanted to add a little bit of customization and whimsy to the back of the piece. I am using stamps that are specifically designed for use with metal, and I am stamping a phrase that any cat owner will be familiar with. It's the time of day when you're the most popular, when they're yelling at you to feed me. Next, I drill a hole at the top of the stamping. I'm going to turn these into charms or a pendant, however you'd like to use it. This is what it looks like before the patina and after. It really makes all of the detail pop. I know some people really like highly polished silver, and that's totally fine. I just prefer a darkened patina to enhance that detail. Look at that grouchy little face. The details are amazing. Of course, I signed my piece as well. After I made that first charm, I decided I had to make a bunch more. So I stamped on a bunch of different phrases. I made 5 different charms. The person whose number I picked will get their first choice of which one of these they would like if they decide to purchase it. And then I'll put the other ones up on my website. Thank you all so much for playing along. If you want to get in on the action, I need you to leave 2 numbers in the comments. A number 1 through 8, that determines which drawer I'll choose, and number 1 through 85, and that determines which die from that drawer I'll pick. I appreciate all the support. Stay warm out there, and I'll see you in the next video.